Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Mila Barak. I'm looking at Psalm 37, verses 35 and 36. This is the second to last consonant of the sequence, and Hebrew alphabet has 22 consonants. We're in consonant number 21 here, and it's part of the acrostic structure, this very obvious structure of Psalm 37. We've had an interesting journey with David and have one more study to go. It's taken about a month to do this whole psalm. Takes a little while to do a study on each one and then look up the roots and look up the words. And I have Blue Letter Bible running on one side and I have the Bart Bible running on the other side, and then I have another study program on my computer. And then after all those three things, then I have a printed Bible off to one side as well. So looking at all of that together, it comes together, and for me, it's been a very interesting study. So let's get into Psalm 37, beginning here with Shin. Shin does mean teeth, although I can't really fit any kind of paleographic or ancient sense of what Shin would fit with this one, but it does work here with Shamar. In other words, Shamor. Okay, nice comments hatuv. I almost missed the comments hatuv, but there it is. Shamor, tam, and there's supposed to be a makef right in here, but the person who does the retouch job didn't catch it. Yeah, so there it is. There's a nice makef in here, but this one didn't get retouched. Shmor, the Bart Bible does catch the comments hatuv here, close syllable, no accent, so it's going to be an O. Shmor, tam. And this one is accented. Yes, it is. The D right in front here. So it gives this one the accenting then. Tam is integrity, and it can be used also, Tom just being integrity, also Tam, the man of integrity, the one who has integrity. So it's obviously, when we look over here, you have Ish, you have Tam. So these two, of course, correspond with each other. And so this is the one of integrity. Shmor, Tam, take a good look at, consider, look over, look at. Shmor, watch the one who has integrity. Ure'eh, and begins with surik here in the front. Surik begins with labial sounds based on the sound. Resh sort of sneaks in with the labials. It isn't exactly a labial, of course, but Ure. Now this one's going to be it doesn't matter. We'll just tie all these two. This one, the Shava, and Serik together. We're going to just run it together. Ure, and look. Yatsar. Look at the upright, one. Okay, look at the upright. So Yatsar is the one who works in a straight line, and Tam is. Now there is a paleographic sense to how this Tau is working here. The Tau in ancient times was just depicted as a little cross, and what it boils down to is you mark a spot and stick to it, and that's sort of what's happening here with this Tam. The one who marks his spot and then sticks with it, one who's always steady on the mark, who's on the mark. I guess we have that in English diction too, the one who stays on the mark. So Shomor, Tam, Re, Yatsar. You're finishing off with Muna, the first little phrase here. Then going right straight on to the next one. Ki, because Acharit Laish Shalom. There is the future. Okay, there is a future. Laish, and then I take this lamed, the preposition here, as possessive. In other words, and it can be also taken as a pointer. In other words, towards the man, but it has very much a sense of the future belongs to Ish Shalom, the man of peace, the man who, and then the word here, Tam, means the one who sticks to the mark, and this one's the one who makes things right. Because observing peace, working for peace, puts things in a good place. In other words, makes things fit the mark. Okay, so Ahrit. Now, Ahrit is a very interesting noun. Okay, we'll just have to declare it as a noun because it's based on the preposition aher. Now, aher means behind. Okay, aher. Sometimes just in a spatial sense. Also, of course, as we see here, in a temporal sense. In other words, time moves forward and backwards. Well, actually, time moves forward, and what's left over is behind us. So in Hebrew, there's an interesting that happens. What is behind us, okay, in other words, what is behind us is actually our future. In other words, what's coming, in other sense of what's coming behind us, that's what will be our future. So it's an interesting, you have to do a sort of a thinking correction in terms of what's in front and what's behind. So in Hebrew, what's behind you is actually what's in front of you, okay? So I sometimes explain to my students, yeah, if you learn to read from right to left, yeah, you're halfway there in understanding Hebrew, because what to us seems to be in front of us in Hebrew is actually behind us, but what it is behind us is that's what's defining the future. So there's a bit of deep philosophy going on there. So I hope it doesn't get too confusing, but it is very, very much so. In other words, whatever you are doing now and whatever is becoming your past at the moment is what is going to define your future. So it's very, very interesting insight here as to how acharit works. Incidentally, the acharit can be a very good thing, as we see here. The ish shalom, because the future, a good future, belongs to the man of peace. But the future of the evil ones, it's going to get cut off. Boom, chop, boom, cut short. So future can go, as we well know, one of two directions. It either go well or to go badly. And for those involved in evil, it goes badly. So, and so it's very much a comparison here. The first verse that we have here is entirely directed on what happens to the man of peace, what happens to the man who has integrity, the man who does things uprightly and straightforwardly. The comparison of a man who is in service to the Lord, and a man who is living in peace, working for peace, compared to the other guys. These are all, by the way, in the singular. Then we get to the plural, unfortunately, and the plural here, those guys are the transgressors, the evil ones. So we'll begin with a surik here, and there's a dehi starting this tam here, and there's a dehi starting this surik right here. And then you have a matek to chop off that first syllable to make sure we're pronouncing it. So u, ho, shim, holam, and then this one is going to be a closed syllable, fosh im, the evil ones, the transgressors, very much in parallel with rashaim. So foshim. Himadun. Now take a look here. You got shima nish medu. Okay, nish medu. Double shava here. The first one's going to be silent, closing off the syllable here, and the second one's going to be pronounced, giving us an open syllable here on the mem. Now we have shin mem. This one's a resh, shemor, and this one's a dalet. Okay, they look a lot like the same. The first time I read it through, I go, oh, well, yeah. In a sense, where they have the shin mem here. It's there to compare these things, but this one's to do a good thing to look at, and this one's to be destroyed, to be smashed up, to be destroyed. Yeah, both of these nouns here, this one nishmadu and nikaratav, these are nifels. In other words, it's a reflexive action as to what happens on these bad guys here. So on the transgressors and on the wicked. So nishmadu, this is a third plural ending here of this nifel, are destroyed. Yachdav, I put in a translation as one blow. It is very much both temporal and spatial. In other words, temporal, it happens in one shot, and another one is it can happen in one place and all together. So some translations try to pick it up. They're all destroyed together, or some of them cover it in the sense of they're destroyed completely. In other words, it is based on Yachad, Yachadav. Yachdav. Yachad, of course, means one. Okay, one. So it can be understood, and I understand. We must understand it in both ways. One place at one time. Okay, it all goes. When the evil or the results of evil come down on the evil ones, it often sometimes it takes a little while to do it, but the destruction comes down. I remember I was in Mexico City a few years ago, right after an earthquake. Fortunately, I was not there during the earthquake, but the hotel we used to stay in, the Finisterre, end of the earth, collapsed. Absolutely. It went right, bang, 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 all the way down. All the sheets, all the floors smashed into each other. And that was a hotel I used to stay in. And I went, oh, wow, this thing came down in a hurry. And really, it was the sins of the architect. The people who put it together did not have the right strength for rebar or the right strength for concrete. It was the design itself probably was okay, but the construction, the people who put it together did a lot of cheating, and the building was destroyed in one fell swoop. So that's what happens in the world. Evil does have its consequences. So, Pashim and the evil ones, the bad guys, transgressors, Hoshim, Ishmadud, they are destroyed, Yachdav, in one fell swoop. As I was looking at this whole matter of being destroyed in one place and all together, brought to my mind the way Samson finishes his life. He did finish his life together with all the other people in the Philistine temple. Asked the young man, okay, where are the columns? They're over here. And the archaeologists have discovered Philistine temples, and they often have a set of two columns in the middle to hold up the whole roof. And I'm pretty surprised just by how heavy some of these roof tiles are. So when Samson put his arms on those pillars and gave them a good shove, the place collapsed, and the Philistines, along with Samson, were all destroyed in one place, in one blow, all of them together. So that's what we have here with Yachdav. Okay, this is being all destroyed all together at one time. So Acharit and the future, but the future. This is a contrast here. Sometimes, yeah, they'll put but it is a contrast. It's actually the same word right here. Acharit is the future, and this is the future of. So the future of the man of peace, yeah, that's a good thing. But the future of the evil ones, Reshaim, no, Nekaratav. So that is cut off. Karat, of course, is a very well-known verb to cut away, cut off, chop off. And it's very much in parallel to Nishmadav. In other words, very much in parallel to being destroyed. So Nishmadav, Rashaim, okay, this is also very much parallel to Poshim and Rashaim, the evil ones, the bad guys, the wicked ones. That future is very different from the future of the man of peace. The man of peace has a good future. The men of evil, they are cut off. Okay, Nikarat. This incidentally is this one's a plural ending of this particular verb here, Nishmadu, because the Poshima plural. This is a singular ending because it references not so much the Rashaim, but its subject is the Acharit. In other words, what is cut off is the future of the Rashaim. When you're involved in evil, when you're involved in intrigue, when you're involved in destroying the world, and when you're involved in causing all kinds of troubles and problems in the world, that at some point in time the Lord cuts it off, chop, done. So So God bless until the next time.